Hey, thank you so much for listening. No matter when you are listening, no matter where you are, get comfortable. Get yourself a cup of tea, a glass, or an entire bottle of wine. Maybe smoke a blunt, get under a blanket, grab yourself some popcorn, and enjoy this week's episode of The Slut Show with Ellen Moore.
Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary beings, and any and everyone in between, my name is Ellen Moore, and welcome to this live slut show.
Due to the current situation in regards to COVID-19, instead of recording on location here in the Slut Show studio in Amsterdam, this episode is an Instagram live stream. Follow at The Slut Show with Ellen Moore on Instagram to never miss out on any updates, and without further ado, enjoy this week's episode.
Joining me today is Tia de Gannes. She is a singer-songwriter. She is a bisexual bombshell, and she was actually on the very first episode of this live show season, and the fact that I'm having her back on the show for the second time this season means how much I adore this woman. She's going to be joining me any minute. I'm so excited for this one. Give it up for Tia de Gannes.
Hi.
There she is.
How are you?
How are you today? I'm great.
I'm good. I must apologise. It's raining really here.
Oh, shit.
I'm like an attic, so you might get a bit of background noise, but yeah.
It has been raining here for weeks on end. It doesn't stop, and it's driving me crazy.
It's intense.
Oh my god. I'm so happy to have you on the show. Before we're gonna get into all the goods.
The Slut Show with Ellen Moore, the podcast / talk show about shit you and I have to deal with on a daily basis. About feminism, insecurities, feeling like a bomb-ass bitch, and obviously about loads of sex. Enjoy your weekly dose of empowerment.
Your weekly dose of empowerment. What's the most empowering thing you did lately?
You know what? I was thinking to myself in the shower that you were going to ask this question. I think it would probably be like saying no to someone who you know is toxic for you.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That is great. And so hard to do.
There comes a time where, you know, you've got to put an end to it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
The last empowering thing that you did.
The last empowering thing that I did. So because obviously I was thinking about this too, because that's always my opening question. And the true answer I cannot really share, but I've been doing...
That show, come on.
But I've been doing some kinky and empowering things. I've been having fun. But that's a story that I'm actually going to be telling on one particular episode, because this is kind of a story made for that episode. So, you know, you guys got to stay tuned for the studio season coming up very soon.
The patron edition, explicit content.
Perhaps, who knows? When I first had you on the show, that was the very first episode, and I was, you know, figuring out how everything was working. It was the very first time I was going live with someone, and I was so nervous. You have no idea.
It was great, though. You did great.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be back, a little less nervous, and to be talking to you about sex, and more sex.
Yes, indeed.
What is the sluttiest thing you have done recently?
Oh, recently? There hasn't really been anything recently. It depends, because I feel like there's certain things that constitute the word slut, you know?
Right.
Like, I feel like slutty is in the eye of the beholder, you know? Sluttiest thing I've ever done, well, recently, I don't know.
The sluttiest thing ever then. Maybe not recently, but...
I fucked someone in a toilet cubicle in Jamaica. I had a full jumpsuit on, and like my head was like, you know, like the bottom floor where there's like the floor and the floor. My ear was like tucked under that. That's how 630 rather I was going. There's like a Jamaican dance called 630. That was me, like.
Wow.
And I felt, yeah, that was a good time.
That is a story. That
just it was like a quickie, like my
right.
Dropped off after the concert. We were like, quick, let's get it in. The person I was in Jamaica with, he was like an old flame.
All right.
So that was.
So would you say that is the weirdest spot you ever had sex then?
Yeah, I'm really not into like public sex.
Okay, interesting.
Um, I've kind of like done stuff on the motorway. That's probably like the most, yeah.
Out there kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not like I'm against public sex, but I just feel like I'm a big girl, and if we're gonna do something discreetly, it's a bit awkward. Do you know what I mean?
That's fair, yeah. That
So,
makes sense.
but yeah,
So today I shared a couple of stories with like this or that, and people could vote. And so it was, from the top of my mind, I'd say exhibitionism versus voyeurism. Would you say that in that case you're more of team voyeurism?
yeah, I think so. I feel like I'm spontaneous, but I can't fucking speak today. Sorry. I feel like I'm spontaneous, but for me, like the intensity doesn't come necessarily from like the extreme of like how weird can we get it, or like how
Right.
raw can it be. It's more so like, I don't know, I feel like I connect with a person. So yeah, I feel like people's own pleasures and stuff, that's, and it may be seen as vanilla in terms of the actual acts, but for me I gain like more intensity out of the emotion or the passion within the moment.
I totally get that. What makes it passionate sex besides that connection? What has to happen inside of the bedroom in order for that to happen?
I'm passionate anyway, so if you're fucking me, it's gonna be passionate. Like that's who I am. But I feel like, I don't know. There's a lot of things like lighting, music, the environment. I think is very important. I feel like someone knowing who they are and what they want, also that kind of like eliminates time. Do you know what I mean? Because
Of
then you can
course.
go for those certain points. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a policy. Like I love.
Obviously, communication is super important in the bedroom, and I feel like knowing yourself also has a lot to do with communicating.
Yeah, for sure.
Was there like one moment when you were like, okay, I'm having this huge epiphany, and this is now I realize that this is something I like, and that is something I did you have a moment like that?
Yeah.
Tell me all about it.
When I started sleeping with women, like my whole perception of sex changed, mainly because I kind of learnt more about myself. Um, and I kind of like came out kind of late. So like before I had sex with women, I don't think I'd ever, maybe once or twice, I had an orgasm like
Oh wow.
sex with a man. Aside from that, and I lost my virginity quite young. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like women are like more in tune in terms of like you've both got the same things, and you know, I think there's a certain tenderness to a woman that a man doesn't necessarily have. Not
Right.
can't, but yeah, that kind of like changed my whole
Totally. I feel like sometimes men are very well, they are obviously very let me penetrate you, but they're also very rough sometimes, and that can be great. But if there is enough of a build up, and if you started going 100 and you just came from zero, it's not gonna be fun. If there's like you're gonna be dry as fuck. It's not gonna be great.
Yeah, and I think there's like more conversations about that that are happening now in terms of females' pleasure and you know, consent, communication, safe words, all of that. But yeah, you're exactly right. Like I was talking to someone about it the other day. It's like it is always the guy's nut first, and it just gets boring. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
And like for sure, definitely not everyone, but it's more common than not. You know? So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I have the exact same experience. So would you say that right now, do you come easily during sex?
It's been a journey.
Honey, I don't at all. So like if you don't, that's fine. If you do, teach me. Great.
Yeah, like I said, I'm quite passionate, and I'm like a giver, like, in any situation with male or female, and I feel like I just feel like
I'm very curious what's coming now.
I'm trying to be careful what I'm saying. Like I've
Of
never
course.
openly fully spoke about like sex in this context before.
Welcome to the Slut Show, honey.
Exclusive. Sorry, repeat the question again for me.
I lost it. So do you orgasm easily during sex
Yeah.
right now?
So, yeah, it's been a battle. I recently so I used to think that I had like problems, like that I just couldn't orgasm. Then obviously I started sleeping with women, and then I was like, oh shit, I can. It just takes this, and this. And then recently, so for the last year, for the first time in like 5 years, I've started kind of like dating guys again, like more consistently.
Okay.
And it's been the ghetto, not gonna lie. And then thought, okay, shit, my pussy's broken, like, what the fuck? So then I downloaded this app called Mjoy, EMJOY, and it's basically about like pleasure. It kind of like, it's for like beginners, intermediate, and it kind of talks you through masturbation. There's like little like master classes that you can join and stuff, or
That's awesome.
like write stuff down about like there's like a 30 days of pleasure thing that I'm doing, so it could be like the smell of coffee or whatever in it. And I did this quiz as well, so I think I'm kind of like realizing that self-love and like self-awareness is so imperative when it comes to pleasure and desire. And yeah, so the answer to your question is yeah, more so than before.
Good. Great.
Still something that's, you know, different.
I always have a pen near me when I'm doing a live show, and I've never used it, but now I want to use it, but it's not here. So I'm gonna write this down, and I'm gonna look into this, because I'm actually shooting the next studio season in a month. So I have a month. Let's get going. Let me explore. What is how far into the month are you right now?
What do you mean?
Like, are you on day 30? Are you on day 15?
Day one still.
Oh, cool. Cool.
App for a while. I just haven't had the time to do any of the challenges.
What do you want to get out of it?
Yes, Fran. I don't know, just like I'm single, and like I've kind of had my little COVID things, but I'm not really like seeing anyone seriously or whatever. I'm just floating right now in Mingle land. But yeah, I feel like self-love, self-care, I'm big on self-care, innit? And I spent a copious amount of money on sex toys in the last couple of years. I might as well use them, you know?
Good for you. So how many sex toys do you have?
I don't know.
Take us through it.
Am I really going for my sex bag?
Oh, hell yeah.
I've got a basket.
Oh, great.
Braided.
It's big and it seems full. I'm so here for it.
Am I really going to go into my sex bag?
Do it.
I don't think I can.
You can name them. Oh, that's cute.
Let's name them. So I've got a wand.
Okay. Now,
I was talking to my guy friends last night, and I was asking to double up a wand as a massage gun. It was powerful enough. I was like, it fucking is. Right, so I've got a wand. I think it's an essential. If you're single, you can give yourself little massages, rub some oil. Oil is also a second crucial thing. It's not a toy, but it's like an essential.
Oil is great. I love it.
Rampant Rabbit, another signature.
Of course.
Dildo, which I don't know if you can see here, but this is like a when I got my dildo, me and my broke up. Never really like got to use it, and then I bought this.
Awesome. So is that like what is it called, a harness to like put it?
Dildo that you put on, and then I guess together it's a strap on, pretty much.
Okay, that makes a strap on. Cool.
Black dildo. I've also got like a few vibrators. I've got handcuffs and condoms, you know.
Great.
Then I bought this.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, this will your life, ladies. It's like £90, but on Love Honey you get 40% off on your birthday. Fucking invest in this. This will take you to places that you've Never been.
I know, and like for real, like I don't want to tell Love Honey no, it's bad or anything, but get a satisfier, because honey, it goes up even higher.
Well, that's a womanizer, and they make the satisfiers. So
I have both. So
yeah, for sure.
have you tried this one? Because obviously it's more compact. Have you tried this one laying on your stomach?
I have. I maybe did the first time, I think, potentially, but KY with lube, anything with lube, that's another thing. I feel like a lot of people really underestimate lube. Like, even if you're just masturbating, like, fuck it, like, just get the lube out. Even if it's like calm, it'll always be better with lube, you know?
100%. I talked to a friend of mine about this super recently, and I actually told her, like, have you ever used lube while using a dildo or anything, like a sex toy? And she was like, I don't even have lube. I was like, I'm gonna send you some. Don't let your parents open packages.
My best mate for like Valentine's, a couple of girls, I sent them a G-spot vibrator, chocolate, and I sent them all like a big, well, not a big, but a bottle of lube, KY jelly, amazing. Their marketing's really good as well.
Nice. I love it. The Slut Show is currently looking for sponsors, so if you know anyone or if you are anyone, hit me up. We're here for it. So would you say that what is your favorite sex toy out of all these?
Oh, it's hard. I like a combo. I like a vibrator, like just a little like lipstick one, and then like a wand on the clit, you know?
Interesting.
Just like simple. I barely ever use my dildos. Like, I probably, not on myself anyway.
Right. Yeah, same.
And I think, that aspect, I don't know. It's just like, oh, it's too much. I'd rather someone else do it. Do you know what I mean?
You have to go, you have to, work for it. I like C-starring, so I'm a lazy fuck in the bedroom. I'm gonna be real honest. So
Well,
I recently accidentally kicked in my own window with a dildo.
oh God, please, on the YouTube video, can you put in the a clip?
Oh my God. Okay, so for those watching on YouTube right now, this is what happened, because it was not fucking pretty. It was horrible. It was such a shit show. So a friend of mine was over and we were having some drinks. Full disclosure, I was not drunk. Maybe it would be better if I would have, so that it makes more sense, but I was sober. And so the friend of mine, he's a lot older than I am, and so we were talking about sex and like how we're like 100% platonic friends, and we were talking about how I'm so open about it and how he's learning a lot at being an older man, learning from a younger woman, speaking about these things so openly. And so he was like, so do you have sex toys? I was like, oh honey, do you have a while for me? Let's get to it.
Oh my gosh,
And so I was like, okay, I'll show you. I'm not going to use it, obviously, but I'll show you, because, education is key. So I took him to my bedroom, and so I was like, let me show you this really cool feature. I can stick it to a door. And so I went full, like, with all the strength in me, right through the door. Dildo on the other side of that door, my hand through it. I had to go to the hospital. It was a shit show.
Did you have stitches?
Luckily, I did not, but my GP thought I actually have broken my pink because it was so bruised and swollen and blue. So I was very happy that eventually I did not break it. I just bruised it pretty badly.
The name of sex education, though, right?
In the name of sex education.
That's really funny, because I was thinking that door's glass. There's no way she was banging that door. Like,
I was not up that high. I think people, a couple of people actually approached me like, how do you get up that high? I was like, I was not banging the door, honey.
A glass door. Jesus. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Quickly, have you got a science fact today?
I don't have a science fact today. With the studio seasons, I have the Slutty Science with Ellen Moore. Which actually this segment is going to be animated on the next season, and I'm so excited for that. But I don't have it in the live shows because I don't.
Fair. I should have looked up a fact. I didn't. But next.
What I did learn recently, I knew that, but I did not know it in this specifically. I cannot say it exactly correct, but I think it was something like in first sex with men, women only have orgasms in 10% of the time, and when they're having sex for the first time with women, they have an orgasm 85% of the time, and that difference in percentage is just confirming everything that we already know.
Yeah, it's facts, man. And I'm not any shade at men. Like, I love men.
I love men, I love dick, but
yeah, it's facts.
Oh man. What would you say is your favorite position with men and then with women?
I again feel like it depends on the person. Like, it depends on what they're working with, because then but if I choose with men, it would probably be
I'm sorry, it started the thunder started here.
No. Yeah, it would have to be doggy or missionary, and then with women, probably them bent over, I think.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
So would you say that you're more dominant with women and more submissive with men?
No. I feel like with men, I feel more dominant because I feel like I can manipulate the situation. Like, if I want to be dominant, and if I don't, then I don't have to.
That's great.
Yeah. And then I feel like with women, it's more like passionate for me, you know? But I somehow always end up being the dominant one. But I do like the switch, you know? But yeah, I feel like I'm probably am more dominant generally with both.
Interesting. I feel like there is this kind of stereotype that women are more submissive with men and more dominant with women. But obviously it cannot be all women being that, because that doesn't, great talk, Ellen. Great talk. Oh, Lord. You know what I mean anyways,
Yeah.
if you don't hit me up. Would you say you have a kink or a fetish? Look at that face.
No, but I feel like I'm a perv. Like, I'll perv on the weirdest things. Like,
What kinds?
and this app again, I did the test kind of like desire I'm into. This also helped me come to this conclusion as well. I feel like it said something like, because I have a spontaneous desire, I live in imagination a lot. So like the smallest thing will turn me on. Like, if someone dresses nice, that's a turn on for me. Like, there's something about that will literally make me moist. Like,
Same.
I went out on Saturday to my friend's launch party, Sip and Drip.
Ooh, awesome.
Anyways, there was this MC and he was spitting bars like it was like a Jamaican rave. You know what I mean? And I was
awesome.
Like, music was, obviously we're outside, and I literally leaned to my brethren and I was like, I'm moist, like, and I saw him walk in and didn't think twice. But because he was like spitting those bars and like putting on the accent and that, I was just like, oh my God, this is mad. But I feel like, yeah, like, nice fingernails on a man. I don't know. Definitely have a fetish for curvy women, 100%. But I feel like even if I was slim or skinny, I would still have that preference, if you can call that a fetish. A kink, into like, I do like a bit of, but super soft.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's it. What are yours?
So obviously I got this question asked a million times in like pre-conversations before live streams and stuff, but I really feel like I don't have one. Which I mean, I'm the host of the Slut Show, so I would love to have one.
Boo, you whore.
Right, exactly. But well, actually, recently I love that there's hearts coming for the Boo You Whore. Thank you all. So I do feel like recently I realized that I am into dirty talk, and I am into dirty talk a lot. Like,
Nice.
I did not realize that I really, really like that, because I feel like I don't do this enough when I'm having sex with someone. I haven't had sex in for fucking ever. So, but I feel like the thus far being the host of the Slut Show. But I feel like because I spend so much more time having sex with myself and having more of that conversation of what I do like, what I don't like, and wandering off into my own imagination, watching new things online, and like trying, for example, audio porn. I tried that for a little while, and like audio, like sensual stories. And there's so many different things that you can do. And I feel like because of all those things, I realized how much I'm into dirty talk, and I like being a little dominant if I'm with a woman. So that's
All right, Ellen, go on.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of that's how far the fetish goes.
Okay. Yeah, nah, drunk sexting. There's nothing like drunk sexting.
True.
Like, I was waved this weekend. It was the first time I'd had a drink in like 6 weeks. Bar like one time, and first time I got like mashed a while, and I was just like, oh, I haven't even got anyone to sext right now. Like, you know, when you're drunk, you're just that little titty, little tongue out, like. But yeah, drunk sexting is hard. But yeah,
No, it's great. It's fucking great. I love it. I feel like drunk, sometimes I say the things that I wish I would say when I'm sober. Yeah, not sometimes, always.
To be fair, I probably would say it if I was sober, but I'm definitely like say it with chest when I'm drunk, 100%.
Right. I feel like that's sometimes really important. When I remember when I was with my first bed partner, at one point I realized that I had never had sex drunk, and that just had never happened. And so I told them, like, I would love to have sex drunk. And they were like, okay, so do you have alcohol? And I was like, I do. And so I got drunk because they didn't drink. So I was the only one drunk, but I felt super comfortable. I trusted them completely. So, and I feel like when that happened, I got so much more into my sexuality and into what I liked, because all those boundaries were gone, and all that judgment wasn't there, and all that mainly self-judgment wasn't there, because I already knew that they were really into me, and I knew all those things. But when I got drunk, I for the first time could let go of all the things I was insecure of, and I really did everything I wanted. And that drastically improved my sex life. Do you remember the first time you had sex drunk?
Oh, drunk.
Like, really drunk.
Yeah, no, I do. It was uni times. Uni was the game changer. Like, I'd had sex before uni, but when I got to uni, it was like the messiest, craziest scenarios ever, because obviously you're away from home, innit?
Right.
Yeah. You want me to tell you? Yeah, so I had...
Hell yeah!
So it was with a friend I've known for a little while, and they come to visit me at uni. So I was like, okay, like, let's get a drink, pizza, whatever. Back then, I didn't really like drink or smoke weed, but I decided that was the night I was going to do both. So I did that. I had like 3 slices of Dominoes, and then I was like feeling a bit, what the fuck? Whited, then carried on with the night, carried on drinking, And that was yeah, I think that was my first whitey experience as well. It was not great. Carried on drinking, and then it kind of got to the end of the night, and like one thing led to another. And yeah, I just remember that while I was giving him head, and I know this is grim, but we've all fucking been there, ladies. You ever been so waved, you're giving head, and like a bit of vom kind of like comes up, and then you got to suck it back up. I was just like,
Oh my god, everyone I know has had this, so.
then I've like dropped off the bed, crawled to the loo, gone to the loo to like be sick, haven't. Then I'm just like, yeah, we've got to stop now. It was great, but I don't even care about coming. I'm trying to like just chill, flex. You got to get out. So yeah,
Out of my place. Get out.
experience. And I just remember the next day thinking, fuck, why did I kick him out? I could do with some sex now. Like nothing hits like sex on a hangover. Do you know what I mean?
I don't actually. I
Oh,
hate hungover sex.
well,
Like, don't touch me if I'm hungover. I'm smelling. I feel nasty. I feel
yeah,
sticky.
hours to like recuperate, like, you know, peel yourself from bed. Maybe you might shower, depends if who you're with. Shower, you know, get your thing. But you know, you're just chilling on Sunday, you've been out the night before, and you're just like, don't tell me that
Yeah.
it does. It does hit for sure.
I mean, my favorite kinds of chill days are the ones that I come 5 times. So, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
See, I've actually got a song coming out about being like high, hungover, and horny.
I love it. When is it coming out?
Oh, not anytime soon, but it's coming.
It should. Love
Day.
it. I'm so excited already for it.
It'll be this year, 100%. But like, I don't know when.
As soon as it's out, it's going to be in the description box of the YouTube video. So for those who know, check it. Check it every once in a while and see if it's out. So would you be open to give us some full disclosure about the amount of bed partners you've slept with?
Oh God.
You can give us an aim if you don't feel comfortable with the amount. I'd love an amount.
Men is more than women, because like I've just men for longer, over a longer period of time. And it's really hard to find women at the moment. So women, if you're single. Anyway.
Honey, I'm single.
With the men, it's probably like 50-ish.
Nice.
Women, disappointingly, it's probably about, I'd say, less than 10.
Oh, wow.
Like 8, yeah.
Okay.
Not by choice, obviously.
Love it.
But yeah, nah.
What makes someone good in bed for you?
Someone who's like open, 100%. Like, if I don't think you're open-minded, we won't even get past the drink, to be honest. Just in general, anyway. I do like someone who knows what they like, but also, you know, I don't discriminate. Passionate, obviously, is even better. But yeah, just someone who's like open, who's like down for whatever, down to try new things. Not selfish. Like, yeah, don't fuck with selfish lovers. I spent a long time wasting orgasms on selfish lovers. But yeah,
Wasting the orgasms that are not there, you mean?
Yeah, the orgasms that could have been. I told you, I'm an imaginative.
Oh man.
According to MJ, sponsor Ellen Moore.
the orgasms that could have been. I felt that one.
For real. You know, that's the worst, man. When you think you're gonna fuck, or maybe you think you're gonna come and then something happens and then you definitely know you're not gonna come. It's just like you hold that L for a couple hours, innit? And it's even worse can't like bash one out if it's just not the right time or place.
Oh my God, I can't even. It's so frustrating.
It's a mad thing.
I feel like women not having orgasms is like, I feel like I'm talking about it on the show a lot. But then as soon as I step out of this bubble of sex positive feminism and I speak about women not being able to orgasm, people are like, oh my God, did you really say that? Which makes me realize all the more how much of a taboo it really is to discuss orgasming or the lack thereof as a woman in the bedroom, no matter if you are gay, straight, bi, anything in between. That doesn't depend because it's an issue. And I feel like as soon as the taboo is going to be a little less, at least, it's going to be easier to also fix that issue.
Yeah. I mean, my thoughts on that is it 100% definitely is an issue. Like, I can say that as a bisexual. But I do feel like a lot of women, because of like societal constructs and, you know, what we're told, etc., they can
Right.
take that ownership in taking it into their own hands and like masturbating and like exploring their body, looking at their vaginas. Like, you'd be surprised how many women like ignore their clit for the first 10 to 20 years of their life. Do you know what I mean? Obviously things are better now in our generation, but I know that people like parents' generation and even before them really think like they just fuck, and that it wasn't about the woman's pleasure. It was like, oh, this is what I do with my husband. Do you know what I mean? So I do feel like we can take a lot of ownership back on that, even if like sex toys isn't your thing. You know, you can read erotic literature, or I don't know, like I was saying about this app. I keep talking about this app, yeah, but it'll say like things that are pleasurable, not just with sex, but just in general. And then you can then link those moments with sex, if that makes sense. The smell of coffee is like a nice experience for you. You can get like a coffee scented candle, or do you know what I mean? Like, I
That's a
think
good one.
embracing stuff of all the senses. Um, but yeah, I mean, the orgasm gap is a bit peak, isn't it? You just gotta,
It's a shit show. It's mind blowing, honestly, still.
yeah, wild.
What is something that, because obviously there's a lot that women can do to take back ownership in regards to their own sexuality and their own pleasure and their own orgasms. And I feel like sex toys are definitely a really good way to explore who you are and what you like sexually. And I also think that especially for women who've had or anyone really who've had bad experiences sexually, it can be very, very good to explore those things with something that is not attached to someone, because you can still have those nice sensations with yourself without having to, you know, need someone to pleasure you. You can pleasure yourself, and I think that's a really nice way of being able to overcome that trauma as well. What do
Yeah.
you feel like is something that you wish more men would know about sex?
Mm, I just feel like people in general should have more communication in terms of what does that person like, what don't they like, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. Like, if you ain't talking before you're fucking, not to say that I've done this every single time I've slept with someone, but if you're into someone and you know that you're gonna go there, even like talking at the beginning, like just in general, or maybe you incorporate in your flirting or whatever. I just think that that's one of the main things for me, really. Um, I don't want to put it all on men because I've had terrible sex with women, to be honest. The majority, not the majority, but almost half of the women that I've slept with haven't been great. Um, but yeah, I just think that communication, um, and patience, like, I don't think there's any particular move or anything like that that I feel like men need to learn. I just think it's just a general awareness, you know, like
Right.
the conversations that are happening right now, and pay attention to women and what they're saying, and you'll find out. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah.
I feel like as soon as people find out how open I am about talking about sex on the Slut Show with guests on the show, and everything around it, they automatically assume that I'm really good, firstly, in the bedroom, secondly, at communicating in the bedroom, and thirdly, that I am the biggest slut they will ever meet, which is not necessary. Is the connection still here? Yeah, we are. Which is not necessarily the case at all. On the contrary, I'm horrible at communicating in the bedroom, and I'm learning. It's a process. I'm growing a lot, and I definitely feel like how I am communicatively speaking in the bedroom right now in comparison to a year ago is day and night. But I feel like it's a process of learning for everybody.
Yeah.
And communication is for everybody, and it's necessary in every single situation.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be anything formal, even if it's just like a text, like
I would like to do this, I would like to do that.
Yeah, well, just like I see, for me, like sex is very important. If I'm talking to someone and it's getting to that point where I feel like we're gonna bang and we're flirting and whatever, I'll just ask them point blank, what are your turn-ons, what are your turn-offs? Like, I just like to know, innit? So that when it does get down to it, it's like I've done my homework and I can kind of go in with a bit of an advantage.
Right. I feel like it's so good.
Oh, that's just me. But yeah, I think people.
So for those listening, what are your turn-ons and turn-offs? Do your homework on Tia de Gannes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but I pray that my parents don't watch this.
Tune out if you made it to this point, parents.
I might have to like block some family. Anyway, okay. Turn-ons. Nipple play, nipple sucking. That's my shit. What else? I'm into like mutual masturbation.
Oh, cool.
And I just like, this is so vulgar, but when a vagina is just like spread out in all its glory, I'm just like, that's my shit. Also love erotic art and dirty talk, probably. And anything with like massage oil. Turn-offs. Anal for me personally, it's just not might occasionally give it to a woman if she's up for it, but yeah, that's as far as I'll go. No foreplay is a massive turn off for me.
Right.
Dirty nails.
Oh. But it's also like, it can be like actually bad for the puss because it's dirty shit.
No, it's not cute. It's not cute at all. What about you?
It's unhygienic as shit. Clip your nails. Wash your hands. Well, no foreplay is definitely a turn off for me. Well, honestly, like memories of guys trying to get it in while it was dry as fuck. Like, you're not trying to. What are you doing? Just what are you doing? It's. Oh my god, there was this one person who actually was like, "Oh, do you need some lube?" And they literally like shamed me for being dry, and I was like, "That is on you. We've been here for 5 minutes. Are you serious right now?"
No, at least the guys that I've slept with.
No. He didn't have it though.
So he teased you a bit. That's dead.
That's just nasty.
Like, I would, but obviously we've not been outside since I've been like fully out here and single. But lube is definitely, as I said earlier, an essential.
I think I'm gonna start carrying lube around with me wherever I go.
You carry it around and like disguise it as sanitizer.
That is actually a very good one. Oh my god, what a life hack.
That show much.
That is a very good one. I'm gonna actually start doing this. I have condoms in every bag. Now I'll add some.
Be open and we're gonna be out banging, so got like a year or so.
The country is gonna open again. Let's get to it, ladies and
What's
gentlemen.
Are you like still in lockdown in Amsterdam?
Yeah, we are. We're opening back up though. So gyms have recently opened. We're allowed to have drinks on the terrace till 8, I believe. I've never really tested it, to be honest. I'm
Yeah.
just waiting until I get to see my faculty for the first time, because I have never been in my faculty building on the University of Amsterdam, and I'm actually turning in my last deadline Thursday, which is insane. But it's also exciting.
Yeah, it's lit.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. And from Sunday onwards, I'm working on the Slut Show full time. So that's going to be awesome.
Nice.
I got the whole summer to pump some business into it. So let's do this thing. So for those listening, if you have guests that you want to see on the new studio season, if you have sponsors that you want me to try and collaborate with, if you have topics you want to see discussed, hit me up. Right now is the moment to do it. I'm so excited for all this. And I'm definitely gonna, I was talking to some friends of mine saying like, we're opening back up. People are getting vaccinated. The Slut Show shootings are coming. We're going to start filming. And so I got to have some stories to tell. So,
Of course.
I'm going to have some fun with myself and the people around me.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to make it out.
That would be so cool. I would love to have you in the studio.
Overdue, for sure.
That would be awesome. We should actually talk about if there's like a possible date within the filming. If you could make it to the studio, that'd be awesome.
Let's do it, because I think more
Sorry, what'd you say?
stories, but it's fine. We can save that for another episode.
All right. What are you into period sex?
If I love you and we're in a relationship, and yeah, possibly, but I don't know. I like to get like down and dirty. Do you know what I mean? Especially with women. So like, yeah, it's just awkward. It's not. It's just just get messy. But I loved her. So
Personally, I don't mind. Let's get it messy. I don't care. I'll change the sheets.
probably wouldn't be so bad because you just there's precaution. It's just it gets out of hand.
Oh shit, the connection is not good.
I'm back.
You're back. What'd you say? Sorry.
The rain. But say that again, sorry.
What did you say?
Oh, I just said, what did I say? With men, it's probably not so bad, but with women, nah. Generally, if I love you and I'm horny, then you can get it.
But I mean, there was a point where I realized that, so women have their periods, usually, biological women, usually once every 4 weeks. So a week, then 3 weeks not, a week, then 3 weeks not. So that would mean that for all of my fertile years, I would not be able to have sex for 25% of the time. So that would mean that I calculated it at some point. I think it's like 13 years of not having sex, and I'm not here for it. I'm not having sex for 13 fucking years.
That's jokes. You know what? I've been on contraception for a minute and I've not had periods. So like, I feel like that's also why I'm so open and why I wouldn't say I've had the most sex, but I've had a lot of sex. And I think it's because most of the time I've not been on my period. You just get it when you want. Swimming, white trousers, fucking awesome.
Fair. True.
Yeah, against it, like I said, it's just, like to die. It gets techie.
Oh my god, I remember once so I was on my period. I was in a long distance relationship. I had flown there and I got my period the day I arrived, and I was like, I'm not having sex. Fuck this shit. I'm here now. We're doing this thing. Obviously for months we've been looking out to that. So and then I got my period, and I looked at them. I was like, I don't care. We can get it on if you want to. And so at one point I forgot that I was wearing my Diva cup. Mm-hmm. I forgot I had it in. And I don't know how, but somehow
Oh my god.
a penis went in while the Diva Cup was still there, and I do not understand
But
how
must have kept it contained then, right?
it did.
Oh.
However, when I went, it's not, do not try this at home. Do not do it. Because when I went to the loo, I was like looking, and I was like, shit, I feel something. What is this? And so I tried pushing, you know, because I was like, what is in there? And then I realized that the Diva Cup was still in there. I was like, shit. And so I had to push it all the way. I felt like it was up my uterus. I had to push it all the way down.
Was love.
It probably was indeed. And so I literally had to, like, you know, get it out somehow. I had to, you know, dig in deep to, don't try this at home. I'm just going to say it one more time. And when I got it out, I was so happy that I got it out. So I pulled it out, and the whole bathroom was white. And so there was white towels on the floor. And so it went, and it just, the whole bathroom was red, bright red.
Random don't understand what we go through with periods, you know, like they actually don't understand how, like, I'm sure every single woman has the maddest period story ever. Like,
this was the second day I was there. He had flatmates. His flatmates were like, what the fuck did this woman of yours do? Oh my god.
That's too mad. That TikTok of that period simulator where like the guys put it on and they get like period pains, and the guys are like on the floor and the women put it on and they're just like, this is fine.
This is like a chill day. Really, I love those things. I'm actually trying to see if I can get a company to lend me those and have my biologically male guest put it on, and then have me put it on and see what happens.
Do it, man. Do it. They need to feel the pain.
They do need to feel the pain. But honestly, it's been so hard trying to find biological men to have on the show, especially cis heterosexual men.
Mm-hmm.
They are everywhere, but they are nowhere.
Okay, I can try and help you in that department. It depends on the questions ahead of time, though. You know.
That's fair. But especially having to shoot, like, I still obviously have the COVID regulation that I need to take into consideration. So it's people just in the Netherlands. So obviously that already limits my options. Then they need to speak English. Then they need to want to talk about, you know, sex. So
I do have a friend who's in Holland. I don't know if he'll do it, but I can ask. He's in around your area.
We'll do so.
Yeah.
We will. Awesome. What, oh god, the period story. Yeah, I actually remember having, so I don't know what I did, but I had to get stitches in my finger. I don't know, I probably cut myself somehow accidentally. And so I had gotten stitches, and so I went to travel, and then I got my period, and so my hand was, you know,
oh, is this, which story is this? Oh, another period story.
And so I was just quickly, I thought I would be quickly changing my Diva Cup, and then my whole taped hand.
Sounds mad. It sounds like I've like advertised them on Instagram. I don't know if I could do it, just because. Yeah, nah.
This shit never happens. These are the only explosion stories I've had, luckily. But besides that, Diva Cups or any menstrual cup will change your life. Get them. Watch the period show I actually did 2 weeks ago. It was so good, and it taught me so much. It was so interesting. Seriously, check it out. Thank you so much for being on the show with me.
Of course.
It was very juicy. I loved it.
I was a bit skeptical, but I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I always talk about sex with my friends, and I'm like known to be that one who's a bit vulgar. So yeah, so you're
good
now. So I'll give you the tea. You know,
it's out now. You gave me the tea, and I love it.
For sure.
It's so good. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you at home for tuning in, obviously. Next week, I will be back, same place, same time. I will be joined by Cassie. Everything about her next week. For now, if you like this episode, I am sure you will love season 1 and 2 just as much. So head over to youtube.com/byellenmoore to watch or listen to the Slut Show on your favorite podcast platforms. If you want to support the Slut Show, you can. You can support me on Patreon by buying me a coffee every once a month, which is only €4. Do it. I need the money. Rent is due. Follow the both of us on Instagram at Tia de Gannes, at the Slut Show with Ellen Moore. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you at home for streaming. And for now, sluts out.
Sluts out.